which really brings me to the next part, is the rest of the stuff, all the moving parts. So
Yes.
you are a brand registered seller. You
Yep.
now understand. Anybody listening to this already, they are ahead in terms of all the pieces of
Yeah.
the puzzles. So the first thing they have to do is upload at least one product video. Now they are in, and now they can be on the lookout for those influencers.
Yep.
They know to reach out. So can you give us some tips on how to pick because if you have two influencers and you want, I mean, you can work with both, but who is a good candidate as an
Mm.
influencer? So what is the best way to pick them?
It really comes down to what you're looking for. And so when I say that, I mean, you want somebody who is going to be the same vibe as your brand, right? So it doesn't have to be somebody who only creates content in your niche, right? Like if you're looking for a content creator on Instagram or on TikTok, you want their audience to be niched, right, around your product type category. When you look at on-site creators, because people won't find you through them, right? They're going to find the content creator on your listing. So they don't have to have a niche. They can talk about anything. That's really like opens up kind of the world to sellers because you can pick somebody who you like regardless of what they've talked about in the past. So if you feel like their content is good, that they have like a feeling of like somebody watching would buy from them, they create content that you feel like is compelling, that's where I would look. Um, the other thing is when you have a conversation, again, because of all those things, since you're not looking for a niched content creator, you can pick somebody who you like when you talk to them. Like pick somebody who's responsive, pick somebody who you do like maybe one with before you really invest. Make sure that they are timely, make sure that they are returning your emails, make sure that when you send them something, they're turning it around, they're setting expectations. Like when we send products to influencers in the agency, we give them 4 weeks from the time they receive it to the time they upload. So make sure you're having those types of conversations. If it's something that you need to have like content on this week, make sure they know that, but so that you can have all those things. So I would say you like their content, you like their vibe, you like working with them.
Okay. All right. I mean, this is important. There's one other thing that I want to emphasize here. Yeah, unlike the Vine program, where
Mhm.
complete hands-off situation and you don't even get to speak to them or anything like that, uh, Creator Connection program is all about relationship. So
Yep.
you feel free, don't be shy, feel free and go out and do things. So chemistry, of course, you want to make sure that you enjoy working with the person. But another thing that I picked up, and this is very interesting. So you split this because these creators can give you UGC to use on your Amazon listing or outside Amazon, right? So it can happen for both. So you call them off-site and on-site.
Mhm.
So I've had a few influencers on the show,
Mm.
and pretty much all of them have the same point in common. Find someone who has a passion for your
Yep.
product.
Mm.
So what you are saying is for off-site content creation, yes,
Yes.
that is the criteria. But for on-site, it doesn't matter because they've already found the product. Now they are validating the
Yep.
authenticity of the use from someone who is not just promoting it, someone who just, okay, so that's a very important point. Yeah, I didn't actually think about that. That's very
Yeah.
valuable. So just make sure. So when you are picking, what about things like ratings and things like that? Do they have for these influencers?
No, there's no centralized place where you can just go look and then like see how they're rated.
No, no, even on the name itself. Like for example, is this or has done so many of these? Like
Nope.
something that indicates this influencer is.
On the storefront, there's a search bar and it will tell you how many videos or how many posts they have. I actually don't put a ton of stock in that. Like, I mean, somebody can have 4,000 videos and they have basically spammed the system. Sometimes people will create 30-second videos and they'll upload it 4 times and tag different products. And it's not,
Wow,
they're not doing like great content. And then you'll have somebody with 600 videos and they're doing like really high end, very like well produced, thoughtful content for your product listing. So that's the only metric that you can see on our storefront is how many posts we have. But I would take that with a grain of salt. If they have 4,000 great videos, you can see all of them on the storefront. You'll be able to tell. If they have like multiples right in a row that are the same exact length, that look the same, and you click in and they're different products, I'd probably stay away from that content creator. They're trying to create volume and kind of game the system. And I don't think Amazon will let that stay around much longer. Amazon is in the seller space. We have those sweeps where they'll just come through and like wipe out like written reviews or fill in the blank for
oh
whatever. So we've had a recent in the fall, they went through and did a sweep in the influencer program and banned a bunch of people who were doing stuff that was black hat. And so I would just make sure that the person you are looking at, that they're operating within terms of service too.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, whatever they've done for you will be temporary. Plus, you lose the
Right.
person you were working with, and all that time is going to be wasted. So what I'm hearing from you is really a quick investigation of their storefront, looking at the material that
Yep.
they produced, will give you an idea. And the other thing, as mentioned earlier, it's reach out,
Yep.
establish the relationship.